Draft. You've been working your entire life for this moment.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is magical.
Forget all the noise. Your game speaks for itself.
Caleb Williams is ludicrous.
No matter where you're headed, the journey to greatness.
J.J. McCarthy, the milestone victory. Shady Daniel Dallas Turner is going to take a shot. First touchdown.
Starts here.
Starts here.
Starts here.
Time to get this show started, Detroit.
Well, can you feel that? There seems to be a draft in the air. Welcome to the Third and Long podcast on one of the biggest nights in the NFL calendar, the 2024 NFL Draft. Join me, suited and booted for the occasion, of course, Neutraliga's favourite son, Shane Harris. Above me is our beautiful cherub, Baby Hope. Top left, the oldest, eldest, beautifulest man of this entire show, Mr. Oliver Butlerhead. I'm being nice to you, I'm being nice. And look who's back, the Scarlet Pimpernel, Mr. Perrins. Gentlemen, how are we feeling on draft night?
Excited.
Oh, I'm feeling good, mate. I am feeling good. This is one of my favourite sporting nights of the year. Round one.
There's electricity in the air, isn't there?
Yeah, it's something different. It really is this year.
I can't wait. I actually can't wait. Oh, and you know what? It sucked the last 10 years that I haven't been able to watch the draft live. Just because my job stops me from staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning and then operating as a human being the next day. But
are you staying up this week?
No, because I've got a 5-lesson day tomorrow, so there's no staying up this week. But I can see Shane will be on the Luke side.
I wasn't planning on, but to be honest, the way my sleep schedule is at the moment, I think I'll probably just end up being up anyway.
Are you being kept up all night?
Yeah. The basketball last night really kept me up all night.
Nice. But we have told the Third and Long universe that myself and OBH will be up live tweeting the whole show. Hopefully, as Mr. Perrin said, he probably won't be able to function tomorrow if he stayed up. God knows what shape I'll be in. So yeah, I am banging the loop. Tell me as we speak.
I mean, there's a reason why I've got the day off work.
Oh, I tried that one. I've had too much time off as it is. So do you want to roll on before we get our knuckles in to the draft, one of the biggest nights of the NFL calendar? Do you want to handle some news first? Whereas now it's absolutely official that Matt Ryan has retired as an Atlanta Falcon.
It's been quite a week, hasn't it?
Before I play his video, did anyone think he retired last year?
I did.
Yeah, I did as well.
So
I thought it was like one of those, forced retirements where nobody actually wants you. So
yeah, I mean, was he even on a roster last season?
No.
Just gone, or was he just great? So it's like that with our soccer as well. When like an elder player's out of contract and like they've been without a team for a couple of years, and then they announce their retirement. You go, well, mate, no one wants you. You've been retired for a while now. I remember something recently happening with like Daniel Sturridge. And Daniel Sturridge, when he went on to Sky at the beginning of the season, announced his retirement. I was like, Dan, you haven't kicked a football at the high-end football for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Hugo Lloris, I don't think has a club at the moment, does he?
Who?
He's in LA. Plays for LA. Yeah.
David De Gea?
No, he's in
LA. But nice to have him back.
Right. I'm going to play this video. It's a very classy video from Mike Ryan, and to be fair, you don't expect anything else from this gentleman.
I'm not.
April 26, 2008. My lifelong dream came true. Ever since I can remember, all I ever wanted to do was play professional sports. And on that Saturday in New York City, the Atlanta Falcons gave me that chance. Thank you to Arthur Blank, Mike Smith, and Thomas Dimitroff for making that dream of mine a reality.
In the 2008 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Matt Ryan, quarterback.
That first season was special. I learned quickly from veteran teammates like Todd McClure, Keith Brooking, Brian Finneran, Lawyer Malloy, John Abraham, and a whole bunch of others what it took to be a true professional. And for the rest of my career, I always tried to be that example for other teammates. Football is the ultimate team sport, and your teammates and coaches make enjoying the highs so much fun and navigating the lows all the more bearable. I was lucky to be surrounded by so many great teammates and coaches. I learned very quickly what greatness looked like. From Roddy White,
Roddy's there, caught it, 5 touchdowns.
Tony Gonzalez,
Sails an end zone.
and Michael Turner.
Record book, Michael Turner to the 45.
A few years later, enter Julio Jones. And for 10 years, I was lucky to be his teammate.
Touchdown.
7 years with Mike Smith as a head coach and 6 with Dan Quinn made me learn what leading men truly look like.
Whatever it takes, get it done. Has taken Atlanta to the Super Bowl.
And shaped my views on leadership significantly. I'm so thankful to have played for those guys for so long and appreciated my 1 year with Arthur Smith.
Hang it downfield for Patterson, who makes the catch.
I truly believe that football, like life, is not simply about what you do, but rather who you do it with. And I was a better player because of the people I was surrounded by. So today, 16 years after being drafted, my childhood dream has officially come to an end. I'm honored to retire as a Falcon. Thank you to all the Falcons fans for your continued support. Through the highs and the lows, I always felt your energy and passion. I want you to know that every day I felt the responsibility to give you the best version of myself. While we didn't accomplish everything we had hoped, I am proud of what we did. And I know that I gave everything I could to be the best that I possibly could. You have no control in this profession of where you start. I am so lucky that my start, and now my finish, is here in Atlanta.
Thank you for providing me that opportunity. 14 times, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for being with us. Let's go, baby.
I think that deserves a round of applause. There's a proper classy video. Yeah, no. Proper classy video. The former Boston College first round, third overall pick. Spent 14 years in Atlanta with a Super Bowl and 1 MVP. He is probably the pinnacle of almost there, man. But he had a great, great career. Baby, hope you sat there with your hand out quite nicely.
So, Ollie, I'm not sure if you remember, but I think it was our third show ever.
I know what you're going to bring up.
Was called Thank You Drew, and it was the Drew Brees retirement. And
Yep.
we did a whole episode on that. I feel like Matt Ryan deserves a whole episode on him. However, it's been a very, very busy week in the NFL.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's draft day, so we don't actually have time to do one. But this is a question for you. Do you think Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
4-time Pro Bowler. Pass the lead in 2016, MVP 2016, most valuable player, offensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, 62,000 yards, 381 touchdowns, a pass rating 93.6. They are stats that do shout Hall of Fame. There's just one very important thing missing, and I think Mr. Perrins knows what it is.
And I'm literally about to say like not winning that ring, but we've seen like with great quarterbacks over history, and Dan Marino is just another one. I think you could probably say that Matt Ryan is in that Dan Marino bracket of great players that never won the big one. But I just want to without going into too much detail about his career, I'm just going to read off a list of the quarterbacks who have won the Super Bowl in the past 20 odd years. Okay, it's not going to take too long, baby. I know you want to get into it. 2000, Kurt Warner, Hall of Fame quarterback. 2001, Trent Dilfer, moving on. 2002, Tom Brady, the GOAT. 2003, Brad Johnson. 2004, Tom Brady. 2005, Tom Brady. 2006, Ben Roethlisberger. 2007, Peyton Manning. 2008, Eli Manning. 2009, Ben Roethlisberger. 2010, Drew Brees. 2011, Aaron Rodgers. 2012, Eli Manning. 2013, Joe Flacco. 2014, Russell Wilson. 2015, Tom Brady. 2016, Peyton Manning. 2017, Tom Brady. 2018, Nick Foles. 2019, Tom Brady. 2020, Patrick Mahomes. 2021, Patrick Mahomes. All of those players, with the exception of maybe 3, are Hall of Fame quarterbacks. And
100%.
and again, it just sucks that Matt Ryan has been in an era where he has been up against Brady, Manning, Rodgers, Breeze,
Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger,
Both
Mahomes. Like, you
Joe
just look
Flacco.
at these names, and I just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, and then you've got players on this list that have only won 1 Super Bowl. Your Rodgers, your Wilsons, your Flaccos, like you've got Adilfas. Like, I'm not even taking them in, but like he's just in the wrong era, and there's no shame of saying that he's had a great career, but he's also been in the same era as great quarterbacks who have revolutionized again that position. Like, we've come
completely.
out of this era. We were so blessed. We don't really realize that at the time, but we were so blessed that we had this great era of quarterbacks, and there's only Aaron Rodgers now left from that ilk.
I think Phil's got a point, and I completely agree with that. Phil, you will obviously sympathise with what I'm saying as well and understand what I'm going to say to you next. You look at someone like Matt Ryan. He played in an era where there was so many good quarterbacks. He was one of 10. You know, there's only one person I can compare that to, and that's Randy Orton. Exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
If he had his own era, he would be the greatest of all time. And because he was in the same era as the people like, Reigns and Cena and Triple H, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a case of, if he was in a different era, he'd be incredible. I mean, let's not sort of look down the list of accomplishments that he's made. It takes a hell of a player to be MVP of any season.
Yeah.
You've got both sides of the ball, every player on every team to be the best one player. That's an incredible feat.
I think if stats alone and him being an MVP, he probably, I don't know if he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but like, I'd be surprised if his bust's not in Canton one day.
But the thing is, if you're talking about first ballot Hall of Famers, who's, apart from Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey, who else has retired this year that's probably Hall of Fame? Am I missing anyone?
No, not officially retired. Gronk still hasn't officially retired. But yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
But
I mean,
because he didn't have a team last year, does that mean he's classed as retired?
Possibly. I don't know how it works.
Because if he's up against Brady and people like that, then he might not be a first ballot. But if he gets this year, then yeah, I think he has a shot.
I mean, I've got my Boston College jersey on tonight because obviously draft night, Zay Flowers, I'm obviously a Boston College fan as well. I mean, they retired his number 12 jersey when he was from the Boston College. He was that good of a player when he was at Boston. He took Boston College to another level again, and that's a mark of a great player going forward as well.
Then again,
your team.
You think Andy Dalton's a Hall of Fame quarterback, so Matt Ryan definitely is.
Clickbait coming in there.
Hey, you said it. You said it live on air.
Unjust. Hey, we weren't live on air. We weren't live on air in them days, mate.
It was not in jest.
We're not live in air in them days. Right. Let's roll on to the Denver Broncos because they had a day and a half on Monday.
They did.
Where should we start? Shall we start with the simple ones, the unis, the new unis they dropped? I mean, we've shown the videos, shown the unis. Right, Phil's reactions to the big.
Jesus Christ!
What do you think of the new unis?
I mean, all right. So, I think we're at this era now in NFL. In fact, just sports teams as a whole, because again, lots of teams have the exact same problem. I know Nike need to justify why they're getting paid all this money on a regular basis by the NFL, and they need to sell the jerseys. Obviously, there's player moves and all that crap that comes with it as well. But like, there's only so much you can do with orange. Like there's a reason. There's only so much you can do with purple. Like there's only so much you can do with red. Like it's yes, the jerseys look slightly different from last year's, but like there's nothing really. Like I looked at it and I watched the hype video and I was like, it's not radically different though, is it? It's not like they put like a stripe or they've gone back to like the ugly orange like before, or like from the early 90s, late 80s. Like
the throwback jersey that looks epic.
Yeah, but like
throwback helmet.
If you're gonna go back, I just love throwbacks anyway. But like either way, it's not like it's anything that we weren't expecting. It's not like they threw like a curveball at us. You know what I mean? Like. That's
for me. For me, the Jets and the Lions improved their jerseys and made it look smarter. Denver barely changed theirs, and it looks exactly the same as last year. like you said, I watched a hype video. I was like, has anything actually changed?
I like the reveal video. I think the reveal video is really good. Mr. Harris.
Boys, well, at least we've answered one of my questions from weeks past. We don't have to find out which XFL team Zach Wilson will be playing for now.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the worst QB room ever. Missed hope.
Well, I guess we will truly find out whether Sean Payton is the quarterback whisperer or not.
Yeah, but then Ben DiNucci.
But if anything, Zach Wilson's going to be the perfect 10.
Okay.
Because that's the number he's going to be wearing for the Broncos. But oh my good God, it's going to be. Oh, do you know what? I really want Zach, but then, is he going to have the same kind of like MILF action like in Denver that he had in New York? Like, is his mom going to move? Is his mom going to move across country with him and bring all of her girlfriends with her? Like,
surely they're trading up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that in a bit. I mean, I've heard so many rumors about teams wanting to dial up and actively calling literally anyone in the top 5. Please, please, please. Shano.
If the Broncos were a selfless, fan-friendly franchise, they would have kept the jersey the same and kept Zach Wilson's number the same as Russell Wilson's old number, and the fans wouldn't have to put their hands in their pockets. But as you know, the almighty rules all, and that's the end of that.
I didn't even think about that. That didn't even cross my mind.
Perhaps Russell's gone, right, Spike, you can't have my number. I'm taking it with me. I know it doesn't work like that in the NFL, but my number, can't have it. Carries it off to the sunset to Pittsburgh, where he's got, I couldn't actually think where he went. That was quite bad. Yeah. So the other bit of news is they signed Levi Wallace from the free agency on a 1-year deal. Now, I'm surprised this guy was still around. He had 6 interceptions last year, and I think it was 24 pass deflections. He had a good season. I'm surprised it took them this long to sign this guy. And he was a former Steeler, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's how he was on my radar. No conference.
Honestly, I'd have had him at the Niners because we need a cornerback.
Yep, that you do. Stood that all along. It's a big thing going on there. I mean,
we will not be taking one today.
Oh, don't you think?
By the time it gets to you, there won't be any good ones left.
Oh, there's plenty out there, mate. There's long.
We'll go offensive tackle or wide receiver today.
Okay.
So, tell of 2 teams yesterday. Tell of very much of 2 teams yesterday. We'll start with the team that had a really bad day, where 2 of your star players want out. T. Higgins has requested a trade, and Trey Hendrickson has requested a trade.
They also surprised absolutely nobody. They surprised absolutely nobody by extending Jamar Chase's 5th-year option.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely not. It was a had to be done, wasn't it? Okay, give them an extra year to work on that one.
Biggest no-brainer of this off-season.
Yeah. But are they in trouble, though? Because obviously they give Joe Burrow the highest paid quarterback in the league with $255 million. I think it works out to $58 million a year on he's something like that. This is the issue what now Buffalo are having as well. Maybe hope.
Debo tactics.
Do you think?
They'll both get paid. T. Higgins might not, but Trey Hendrickson will get paid.
Trey Hendrickson has to get paid. He is one of the best defensive ends in the league. I know that comes up against when you're a Bosa lover and you're a Bosa lover and you're a Patrick McQueen lover.
Am I fucking on him or I ain't? Judas.
Did you just call him Patrick McQueen?
Patrick
I
McQueen,
did
Lightning
then,
McQueen.
didn't I? Patrick McQueen, yeah. I don't know why I said McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
Lightning McQueen.
That's probably what I'm thinking about, actually. It's been a long day. It's been a long week of work we've had this week.
But yeah, I do think that Trey Hendrickson will get paid. T. Higgins, I think they said over a year of no contract talks.
Yeah, which is
So
bad.
I'm not sure if he will.
Yeah, it's a bad situation to be in. I mean, he's got plenty of suitors out there. T. Higgins, isn't he, Mr. Parents?
Sorry, I missed that last bit. Only because
It's an audio podcast, Phil. Use your voice.
it is no, because I've looked slightly left because I've got my mock draft up for when it comes up. Because when you sent me like a little bit of, it wasn't shade. It was basically like, Phil, sort your life out. I was like, you're absolutely right. I do need to sort my life out. So I've just get my mock trade up, and like when Baby said about like us picking a wide receiver or an offensive tackle, that's not who I think we're going to get. I don't think we will.
I've got us taking Xavier Worthy. K Code just kind of saying, has Shane given up Ravens and Metallica after losing a bet or something? Where's the jersey and hat?
It's draft night. I'm the only one that's dressed for the occasion.
Do you say draft night or King Kong Bundy?
They still wear a cap on draft night, dude.
They do.
They do. My cap. Hold on.
Oh, where's he off to?
He's going to get
a bigger cat known to man.
He said he's getting a cat.
Fine. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, Ollie, it's like the good old days.
Oh, it's just us again.
Yeah. So shall we move on to the next bit of news, or do you want to talk more? The thing about T. Higgins is, I feel like he could be a WR1 somewhere.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That guy's a WR1 in the making. Anyone would take him. And they both come back with their hats on. Anyone would take him. You know, New England would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, if anyone sees trades, they've got us trading up to take Xavier Leggett at 32.
Do you need a wide receiver?
Mate, we need
everything. Where do you want to start?
K-Code's coming saying it's like DX just came onto the pod.
Oh, break it down!
I don't know who DX
We're not
is.
DX because we actually were...
I think he means DMX.
Oh.
X go give apparently.
Yeah.
No, we're not DX because we're cultured fellows, aren't we, Shano? We don't believe in telling people to suck it because we are too sweet.
My pal, you know that.
Phil, is that a draft cap or just a normal cap?
It's what Shane got me.
Okay.
For Christmas.
And my Trish Stratus doll that's on my classroom wall at the moment.
And you copy your Twin Town, which you've already just got. Did you haven't watched
it
yet?
I'm gonna watch it during half term. Anyway, we're talking about draft. Go
on. Anyway.
Right. Complete polar opposite Cincinnati was the Detroit Lions locking up 2 of their stars on the offensive side of the ball even. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4-year deal, $77 million guaranteed, 120 up to 120 incentives. Penny Sewell, 4-year deal, $88 million guaranteed with 112 million incentives to be up to.
Are you CeeDee Lamb seeing dollar signs?
Oh my, yeah. I mean, he's not going to get paid what that is. What was it? 5-6 years ago when the Lions went 0-1? No, 1-0-16, 0-16.
Yeah, they went 0-16 in 2008, didn't they?
Yeah, something like it might be. I think they've been twice. I think, but
no, it was like 1-15.
I know Cleveland did it as well.
Yeah.
But ever since Dan Campbell's come into this organization 3 years ago now, they have built this team up to get better and better. They've changed the mentality of this team. They've gone out. They've done sensible things in the draft. You know, they don't care what people are saying. It's like last year they took Sam Laporta in the second, they took Jack Campbell in the first, they took
Jahir Gibbs in the first, which nobody
in the first as well. They took people, oh no, you don't take these players, and yet look what happened to those 3 players last year. They were probably 3 of the best rookies last year. And Sam Laporta is going to be one of the best tight ends in the league, undoubtedly. And yet,
if it wasn't for Mr. Stroud and Mr. Nakua, they'd have been up there for offensive rookies.
Exactly.
100%.
If it wasn't for these annoying people's comeback in the NFC Championship game, they would have been in the big game last year. This is how far Detroit have come now. This is how far Detroit have come now. They are getting better and better and better. And they're going to be around for another 5 years, especially with the likes of signing these. They're doing it sensibly as well. And as long as they draft well, they will keep this going. What do you think, Mr. Harris?
100%. Yeah, it's like, I think it shows the sign of the times when you manage to lock down your superstar players and there's no fuss. There's no case of, I'm not signing this, so I want to go somewhere else, so I want to trade. They want to be there because our team is going places. And as we've always said, we are huge fans of Dan Campbell on the show. Great coach. None of us here, the 4 of us, we don't support the Lions and on our team. But I think if he said jump, you'd say hi, how, where, and when.
What about the gentleman who faced them in the NFC Championship game? What do you make of this, guys? Do you see them as your biggest challengers for the NFC for the next 4 or 5 years?
Not for the next 4 or 5. Oh, go on, baby. You go first.
I was going to say, honestly, no. I think a lot of teams in the NFC this year have improved a lot. And I don't think the 49ers are one of them. So I think there are probably 4 or 5 teams minimum that could be a big challenge for the Niners this year. And I think the entire NFC North is in there.
Yeah, I'm literally about like to say the same thing as well. I don't think our dominance in the NFC is going to be unquestioned like it has been in the last couple of years, because there's teams in the NFC that are getting aggressively stronger as well, and even the poor teams have gotten stronger. Nick's absolutely right. NFC looking quite open for next season. Yeah, I think the NFC is more competitive than, say, what the AFC will be going into next season, because I don't think the Bengals will be there. I don't see anybody dethroning the Chiefs, if I'm being honest. Whilst like in the the NFC, the Eagles are going to want revenge. The Lions are going to want revenge. Dallas Cowboys are throwing just as much money as they always do at their roster. I think the Giants will get better. I don't think the Vikings will be much, but I think Green Bay will be better. I think Chicago are making the right moves. I think Tampa will be good. I think Atlanta will be good. And I just think there's other teams that are going to. I think even the Saints could even make a bit of a decent late push for it as well.
Maybe.
So for me in the AFC, I think I can see a clear division winner for each division: Bills, Bengals, or maybe Ravens, Chiefs, and Jags.
So, do you think the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins?
Or Jags or Texans?
Do you think the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins?
Yes. But for the NFC, I feel like there's more. All the divisions could have multiple winners.
Yeah.
Going back, Bills aren't going to beat the Dolphins this year. And this is coming from a Patriots fan. The Bills will not beat the Dolphins this year. The Bills have got considerably weaker this year, and the Dolphins haven't got weaker or haven't got stronger. The Dolphins have stayed there. They don't need a huge amount of improving in their draft, on their roster either. I think the Dolphins are the team to beat in the AFC East.
Yeah, but I'm getting towards you on the Tua situation.
And considering how much of a disdain you have for a certain Miami quarterback, it must take a lot for you to say that.
It is a disdain to say any team in the NFC East apart from New England are going to win it. While we're staying on the AFC, let's roll on to Houston very quickly.
Nick has just said several pundits just said on the NFL Network that Dolphins will pick Penix Jr. to replace Tua.
Oh, I don't know about that.
For people who just don't see that, my jaw just hit the ground. Shayna.
I mean, I'm not sure if anybody knows now. The people are starting to find out slowly that I am now on TikTok. Yes, I never ever thought I'd get on the hellscape of an app. I do apologize. But, brand exposure is brand exposure. And the last thing that I said on there was, I think Michael Penix is going to the Raiders. And if he does, what does that mean? What does that mean, Mr. Perrins, for the one and only Minshew Mania? I hope
let me tell you something.
Vegas, brother.
Brother, like Minshew Mania, brother. When Minshew is asked to do the job and put somebody over, he's not lying down for that 3 count. Brother, that he's gonna literally, he's gonna literally body slam anyone that's trying to take over his role, brother.
You know this guy's an NFL player, not a WWE wrestler, right?
Brother. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Can we just list all the ex-NFL players that go on to the WWE, including our tribal chief, Roman Reigns? So I think Minshew Mania, brother, is going to be in WWE in his foreseeable future.
Let's roll over.
At the moment, he's an NFL player.
Yeah.
So he's not body slamming anyone or staying down for a 3 count anytime soon, is he?
He's going to be body slamming defenses, brother.
Right.
That's the poshest brother ever.
That's so nice. Like, I am 100% not posh as well. I'm literally from the north.
Posh boy.
I'm not a posh boy. I just live a middle class lifestyle now.
He drinks red wine.
I do drink red wine as well.
Phil, what can did you buy when we were at Tottenham?
Oh,
what do you mean? I missed this. What do you mean?
So when we were in the line, like buying booze at like half time, everyone's having a pint. Shane moaned about his inches, and I ordered a bottle of red wine. There's a little can of red wine.
K-Code's come up saying, absolutely a posh boy.
I'm not a posh boy. Like, I'm not. But yeah, I'm sitting in London, literally in the Spurs stadium. You're having a drink, and I literally just like get my red wine out, and I'm just drinking it as we're just watching the Ravens and the Titans.
Very cultured.
Right. Houston's uniform. They have dropped 4 new uniforms.
Just quickly, Nick has said, I bet he let it air first.
You can't drink it properly. You got to literally let it oxidize. So I literally get it accumulated to the area. Okay, so and you don't drink it cold.
When I come over next weekend, if I'm drinking cans of Bo and you're drinking glasses of wine, we're gonna have some words. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh my God, Phil, can I try some? I'll be like, well, yes, of course, Shay, because I'm hospitality.
No, I don't want to get cheese board.
Right. Houston, 4 new unis. What do we make of them? I think the one
better than Denver.
Wow. They do. I mean, again, we've dropped them on our socials. Have a look at them, but I really like them. To be fair, I think out the new unis that have been dropped, Denver are the worst. It's very tight between those 3. Who the other 3 are the best ones so far.
My favorite.
I like the Lions black one. That looked quite nice.
Yeah. My favorite is still the Jets. I like the Jets.
The green with the white. Yeah. Shayna?
Yeah, the Texans badge on the shoulder looks really, really nice. I think it's like dark blue and red. It just looks really smart. But yeah, I'll go with Phil's choice in this one. I think the black navy dark Lions jersey are just chef's kiss.
When I first saw it, I literally thought like the Panthers had released. But no, I honestly, because I literally looked at Panthers have dropped a new jersey. Oh no, it's just like the alternative. It's the third Lions shirt. I mean, baby, are the Niners expected to drop a new jersey this season?
No.
Okay, there we go then. Case closed.
Thanks for that. See you next week, guys.
And next week on our show.
It was like last year when they said to John Lynch, are you planning on trading Bosa? No. Next question.
Next question.
Well, speaking of trading, do we think any teams are going to make a trade to move up?
Yes.
Ooh, I've got one suggestion.
The
Yeah.
Viking in my mock draft, I have the Vikings trading with the Cardinals.
Yes.
The Vikings
I did.
giving 11 and 23 to get 4.
Okay.
Wow.
Hmm.
So I've got
And
I've got
Phil,
Vikings. Vikings are going to trade. New York Giants are looking to trade. There's so many teams actively trying to go up the board.
I admit, I really hope this
Philadelphia is one of them.
I really hope this doesn't happen. But the closer we get to the draft, the more likely I think it is that I could go tonight.
I think
Ooh,
it could
that'd
go.
be nice,
An AJ Brown style trade.
Yeah, I really don't want it to happen, but I'm still probably about under 50% likelihood of it happening. But about 2 weeks ago, I was about 2%, and now about 30-35.
Yeah.
Mr. Harris.
Are we done with the news, Mr. OBH? We're moving on to the draft content now, because if we are, I do have one piece of news I'd like to bring up before we do.
We have got to speak about Kansas City extending Andy Reid, their assistant GM, and their GM until 2029. This is big for them. We all thought, that's it, Andy Reid's going to retire now. They've got a massive chance of equaling Bill's. He's got a great chance of equaling Bill Belichick's record.
And after that, it's just John Shula, isn't it?
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, how good has KC been over the last 7-8 years, even probably 10 years when he took over? Even under Alex Smith, they were a half decent team then.
I was about to bring up Alex Smith.
Even under Alex Smith, they were a half decent team then. And then Patrick Mahomes came in that game. He did a game at the end of the season. Wasn't the Patrick Mahomes we knew now. He was raw. He was still very, very raw, but they managed to cope with him. Andy Reid took him under his wing, made him into the player he is now. And the Andy Reid deal is meant to be the biggest, highest paid head coach in the league.
Yeah,
there's rumored between 20 and 25 million.
He deserves
and he is
it.
the best. I was gonna say it's not even like a so and so. He is pound for pound the best. And Kansas should be trying to keep him in, keep him at Arrowhead until he's going to retire or he keels over dead from heart failure because he eats all those hamburgers. Like if you're an opposition, if you're genuinely one of the other 31 teams in that league, you're thinking about looking at those hamburgers and thinking about how we can get rid of him. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Like, seriously.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Spags the highest paid coordinator too?
Yeah, highest paid DC in the league.
Yeah.
Chicago. Before we go on to Monday Night Quiz,
this is so nice. I really, really love this. It looks so good.
And it's gonna be domed.
Yeah.
That would be handy because that place looks absolutely nippy in the winter. Looks like Antarctica on a hot day.
I mean, it's going to be domed, so it's going to be It's going to be able to literally hold a Super Bowl. I don't know if that one end is going to be completely open or how it's going to be glass to what, but it looks stunning. I mean, we shared the renderings on it on our socials. Go and have a look on that one. It looks outstanding. It really, really does. They are going as Baby Hopes are doing. They're going in the right direction. They've got this new stadium coming. It looks like it's going to be on the lake. They're building the right way now. Looks like they're going to take Caleb Williams tonight. They got the 9th pick still. They could still trade out that 9th pick, which is a very strong rumor as well. Chicago going the right way, and they need the team to fill that very, very nice stadium going forward.
I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You get a wind chill off the water, mine. But other than that, I think if it's a case of being in a domed stadium, I think the Chicago Bears fans are going to be used to being in an outdoor stadium. It'll be warmer, no matter if they get a wind chill anyway.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to say this now because I want to basically. Do we think a domed stadium is a good idea?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Money.
But do you not think they're losing their competitive advantage of being used to playing in the cold?
They are doing it for not for let's go win everything, but they are doing it for a commercial.
They want to Super Bowls.
Super Bowls, events, concerts, WWE. Mr. Perrins is literally arms going to fall off.
I was literally about the same thing. NFL owners have no interest really in how great the team is a lot of the time. A lot of teams, and you can talk about like our football clubs over here as well, they make money off of those extra events. That's how Wembley operate as well. I mean, think about how many times the England men's football team play at Wembley. Now, let's add on how many times a year the England women's football team plays at Wembley. Now, let's add on to the fact that there are a League Cup final, an FA Cup final, 2 semi-finals for the FA Cup, 3 playoff games. So when you think about it, in that whole calendar year, Wembley Stadium for football doesn't get used over 15 times a year.
Can we not talk about playoffs right now in football?
So when you think about that, and I only just because I listen to, obviously, I'm a massive wrestling fan as well, but the guy who is in charge of WWE, CEO Nick Khan, that's Nick Khan, not the guy that owns the Jaguars, Tony Khan. Nick Khan said that when they held WrestleMania this year in Philadelphia, the conditions were not ideal. In fact, at some points it was like 12 degrees in the stadium, and the wrestlers were literally freezing, and the fans who had been there for hours were freezing. And they said going forwards, they are only interested in doing indoor events or domed stadiums. And I think a lot of NFL teams going forward, especially in that in the middle of the country and then the East Coast where it is colder weather, as opposed to say like San Diego, California, San Francisco. If you want to host those outdoor big events, like get your Taylor Swifts, get your Drakes, get your Weekends, get your WrestleManias, all these kind of things. No, but seriously, you're going to want to have those dome stadiums, okay? Because you want the fans there. You want them to feel comfortable. You want them to spend as much time there so they spend more money there, and so that the artists then come back. So it makes perfect business sense. It's not always about like the NFL season, because like how many home games are there? 8, 9?
Exactly. 8 or 9.
Yeah, exactly. So then by February, it's gone.
The acoustics are better.
And not only that, but they have these more events in on a pundit's view. They're going to, right, okay, we can bring all these extra events in. Okay, we can not necessarily lower the tickets, but they can literally freeze them and go, right, okay, we don't need to increase NFL revenue tickets because we've got other revenue coming in. So having a dome stadium, especially in the northern states, is needed nowadays. It really is. And I suppose Green Bay haven't gone that way yet as well. As Mr. Harris started last week.
I got one more bit of news to say. One more bit of news. So, my beloved Ravens done something this week which I didn't think they were going to do. They extended Rashad Bateman for another couple of years to the 2026 season. I'm not a fan of this extension. I think he's in the same mold as J.K. Dobbins, where he's too injured. He was a high draft pick. They expect too much of him, and I don't think he's capable of it. Anyway, he's in Baltimore for another 3 years, so sound. Do you want to get out?
What's the new numbers on that deal, Mr. Harris? Do you know?
What we got? Yeah. Last year he caught 32 passes for 367 yards and 1 touchdown. There's no money being released as far as I can see in front of me. I can't see anything. No money being released. But all I know is he's locked down now till 2026.
Cool. Right. As we know, Mr. Harris started our quiz last week, our Monday night quiz. So we're going to drop one question on a Monday night, maybe 2. Depends how we feel. And we'll release the answer, or we'll give you the answer on Thursday's show, tonight's show, Friday's show, wherever you want to listen to it. So this week was my question. Being that it's set around the draft, and it's draft week this week, it starts in about 3 hours, or started last night, whatever you want to listen to the podcast. My question is, which 2 teams have held the number 1 draft pick the most? And a bonus point if you can guess how many. Mr. Perrins, would you like to go first without Googling?
I'm not Googling. Historically poor teams. Cardinals?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you told me the answer earlier, so
yeah.
I know the answer, so I'm going to go. I know the answer, so I'm going to go last.
I also know the answers.
It's fine. All right,
then.
All right. Jaguars.
No.
Fuck's sake. Sorry.
I haven't been around long enough to get that.
Well, it's all right, boy. You can say that. It's fine. We're after the watershed. My two initial guesses were the Browns and the Jets, and Laura's were the Jags and the Browns as well. So right. But there was two people that had the right answer in the comment sections this week. I will say their names right now. Kurt Hamer, my old buddy, my close personal friend, and another friend of mine as well, Jason Glenn. They both had the correct answers. OBH, when you're ready, you can let everybody know what that is.
There was a third one as well.
Was there? I missed that one.
Mr. Chris Toper.
Well done.
Yep, he is a Dallas fan for his sins. He's also a fellow coach of mine. He coaches the team with me as well. So, yeah. So, with 7 first-round pick or number 1 picks overall, was LA/St. Louis Rams and the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
I was surprised when I heard that.
I was surprised when I read it as well, and I'm surprised it was so many. There's a host of teams that have got 5 number 1 picks overall. So the most common number, believe it or not, is 5 number 1 picks overall. But yeah, the most are the Rams and the Colts with 7 each.
So who wants to do it next week then? Who wants to do it next week?
I got a wheel.
Yep.
Yeah, Baby Hope next week.
Yes, go on, baby.
We get to see Baby Hope do his own little video.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'll do it from the crash I'm in.
Yes.
Do it from the what?
To get dummy out first,
Right. It is draft night tonight. As we all know, for the ones who listened, it was draft night, round 1 last night. For the ones who are listening on a Friday, as we know, we always do a mock draft, our own live mock draft. We pick it as it's going on. As we found out last year, it's quite stressful. So we are going to do it. I have a wheel in front of me on my other screen. I'm not going to share it because it messes up my share screen I've got going ready for when we do the mock draft. I'm going to spin it. Whoever goes first gets the first pick. So, and then second, third, and fourth. Right. So first to spin the wheel, first pick will be Mr. Perrins will have the number 1 pick overall.
Yes. Oh, I'm picking Caleb Williams.
We'll do that in a minute. Right. Okay. The number 2 pick will go to Mr. Harris.
Number 2 pick, I will go with.
We'll wait for that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Get the screen up first.
Oh,
right,
okay. So we've got me, Shane.
Number 3 pick.
Okay.
It's myself. Woohoo! I get the Patriots. That means Holly Hope has the number 4 pick overall going on. So I'm going to.
Can I trade?
No.
So
PFF won't let me trade.
Okay, I'm not on PFF, but okay.
Right, I'm going to add the screen, bring the screen in, and I'm going to start the clock with. On the clock is Chicago and Mr. Perrins.
Keller Williams.
Caleb Williams is being drafted by Chicago. Number 2 on the clock, Washington. Mr. Harris.
I'm going with the quarterback from North Carolina, Drake May.
Wow. That kind of stuff.
Which kind of forces your hand a little bit now, doesn't it?
It does, because now say this is where it gets stressful because we can't trade on this app.
Do it.
I was all prepared to take Drake May because I think that's who New England are going to be taking live anyway.
They're not.
They're not. Oh, yes, they are.
Taking.
Right, quarterbacks available. They are going to go for quarterback, and if Drake May's not there, I think they're going to have to go for Jaden Daniels, aren't they?
Yes.
They're going to draft Jaden Daniels. Baby Hope.
Okay, so I don't think the Cardinals will be picking by about 1:30 tonight, but as we are on this, I'll take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Good show.
Who do you think? Where do you think is going to happen anyway?
I think the Vikings will pick.
Okay.
And I think they'll take JJ McCarthy.
Mr. Perrins at number 5 is the LA Chargers.
All right, I think the Chargers are going to pick J.C. Latham.
Ooh.
Oh, the offensive lineman.
Yes.
I've got to find him now. There he is. It is very, Jim Harbaugh said he needs the trenches. He wants to build into the trenches. So, yeah, I'm not surprised on that one. Shane Harris, number 6. It is
number 6 for the New York Giants. I am picking the wide receiver from LSU to help out Danny Dimes, Malik Neighbors.
Ooh, very sexy.
Yeah, that's a great pick from New York as well. They would love that pick. You would literally see New York absolutely erupting if that happened. Tennessee, number 7 overall, and that's down to me. I like Joe Alt in this pick.
It's literally... He's on mine as well. I got him going to Tennessee.
I'm mine, I think.
So, yeah, Joe Alt. Number 8, Atlanta, Baby Hope.
I think if this happens, Atlanta will be having a party because I think they will take Roma Dunze.
Woohoo!
Wow, Roma Dunze? What? They're going to go wide receiver?
I think Drake London. Give him another wide receiver to go with him.
Wow.
I think you can't really pass up Roma Dunze at 8, to be honest.
Fair enough. Mr. Perrins at number 9.
All right,
Chicago again.
I think Chicago are going to go wide receiver, and I've got 2
That's
here.
what I thought.
I've got either Marvin Harrison Jr. or I've got Malik Neighbors. I think they're going to go with Malik.
He's already been taken.
He's from New York already.
He's already gone. Did you say it?
Yeah, New York. He went number 6.
Oh, that's annoying. All right. I still think they'll go for wide receiver. So give me a second on mine. I think they will go for... God, there's not many great wide receivers going at the moment. Brian Thomas Jr. He's my 3rd one.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
He's also bigger than the 2 of them as well. He's a unit, 6'4".
Yeah, I really like Brian Thomas Jr. Number 10, Shane Harris. It is the New York Jets.
Speaking of units, I'm going to go to give Aaron Rodgers another weapon, who is a very good blocker and also a very good pass catcher. The best tight end in this draft, Brock Bowers.
Oh,
I've got Brock going 10. I mean, it just makes sense, isn't it? It really does make sense. So the Vikings, they probably are going to trade up. That's probably going to be a case. They're not going to risk it, but I think they are going to take JJ McCarthy at number 11.
What, the Vikings?
Yes.
I thought they would go for Penix.
I think Penix is going to Las Vegas.
Okay. All right.
Number 12.
I think Denver take the best available player according to the mock draft I'm on and take Dallas Turner, edge from Bama.
Ooh.
Dallas Turner, yeah, they need help in that area. In fact, they need help on all bloody 22 positions on a pitch. Mr. Perrins, it's 13. It's your Las Vegas Raiders.
So,
Vegas
Raiders have their franchise player. They have their quarterback. They have their Hulk Hogan, Gardner Minshew III. They need backup. They need an outsider. They need someone that covers his blind side. Okay? I'm going to go with offensive tackle Talise Fuaga. Because he'll probably join the bloodline one day.
I love it.
I mean, I'm glad you picked that one because there's only other one tackle I really can't say his name.
Fuaga. You have to say it like Fuaga.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Oh my God, there's another one that's on my list. Oh no, I can say that name. I can pronounce that.
Right. Shane Harris, New Orleans Saints, my friend.
Yeah, I have replaced the outgoing, departing previous New Orleans Saints general manager after the sex scandal that he was put through in New Orleans. You know, I don't know a lot about it, but I do know he's in a bit of trouble, bit of hot water. I hope he's fine. You know, Godspeed, Benoit, Godspeed. Yeah, so I'm going to take for the New Orleans Saints the corner from Iowa State, Cooper DeJean.
He's so good. He is so good. I really like Cooper DeJean. So I've got Indianapolis Colts. And I'm also going to go for a corner. And I'm going to go for the fastest corner in the draft. Quinton Mitchell from Toledo. You know, he is another really good corner. Really, really good corner. Baby Hope, we are down to you on number 16 with Seattle Seahawks, your favorite team.
Can they just be like excluded from the draft?
No, he's not Muhammad Ali. He's not excluded from the draft.
Okay, they can have Byron Murphy, the defensive line from Texas.
Okay.
I like that pick. I really like that pick. Mr. Perrin, we are with you with Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think Tony Khan is going to pick someone who is going to sit back. I think he's going to go for secondary here. Has Terrion Arnold been picked yet?
No, he has not.
Terrion Arnold's going to Jacksonville.
Like that pick. I've actually got him in my mock draft team going. I think that's a really good pick. I've got my mock draft in front of me, actually. Yes, I have. 18, Cincinnati, Mr. Perrins. No, Mr. Harris, sorry. Wrong one.
That's the one. Thank you very much. As much as I hate to pick for a fellow divisional rival, I think a lot of the best players left on the board are more defensive oriented. So I will go with the best edge rusher left, Laiatu Latu. Yet another future member of the bloodline. Acknowledge me.
So this is the first round pick that the Rams have had since 2017.
Ooh.
When they picked Jared Goff.
That's bonkers.
So I think they have going to find their Aaron Donald replacement in Jared versus the Florida State edge rusher.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Hope, you're in Pittsburgh.
I think the Steelers are going to get some protection for Russell Wilson in the Georgia offensive tackle, Amarius Mims.
Ooh.
Nice pick. Nice pick. So it's back to you, Mr. Perrins, and you have taken over the GM role of the Miami Dolphins.
I'm devastated that I don't think I'm going to get the one for the Saints, but I think
the Saints one's happened.
I
Saints
know exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm devastated. I think they're also going to go for an edge. I think they're going to go Laiatu Latu.
Been taken.
That was gone, mate.
For fuck's sake, man. Sorry.
I took him.
It's so stressful, isn't it?
Oh, God. All right, fine. Chop Robinson, because he's just got a baller name. Chop
Robinson. His real name is Darius, by the way.
Yeah, but you know he'd be charismatic.
Fly, Eagle, fly. Mr. Harris, it's over to you, my friend.
Boys, there's only one logical place where the Eagles can go, and it's corner. The corner depth is awful. The corner cashier were awful. So I'm going for the corner out of Clemson, Nate Wiggins.
Love that. I've actually gone them corner as well. In fact, I've got Nate Wiggins going there as well. And my one as well on that one. I love that one. So I've now got Minnesota, and I think I've got Minnesota again. That's interesting.
Yes.
So they got their QB. Let's go and give him a little bit of protection. And I think they need offensive interior lineman this time. And I think they're going to go for probably the guard out of no. I'm actually going to go center. I think for Jackson Powers Johnson, Oregon. He can line up a center and he can line up a guard. This guy's a very, very, very good center. He's very good at going to the secondary and literally bulldozing linebackers and corners on the way through. Baby Hope, you're in Dallas, my friend.
Do I have to be?
I want to be a cow, my baby.
I'm going to have them taking, I'm going to try and pronounce this right, Olenimia Fishanu.
Oh, okay.
That's who I was worried I might not be able to say.
That's the one I knew I wasn't going to say. So you're going to go for the Penn State tackle.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to Roger Goodell trying to say that later.
Mr. Perry, you're up in Green Bay now, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna and strengthen up Green Bay's defensive line. They're not going to be drafting Johnny Neutron. They're going to be drafting Johnny Newton.
Zay Newton, yeah.
Jazar Newton, yeah.
Johnny Newton.
Out of the Illinois defensive lineman, yeah.
Yes.
It makes sense. I mean, I've actually gone them going corner. I think that's another.
Yeah, I did think of that. I did look at their needs, but I think in this round, I think they're going to go for their line, especially their interior.
Fair enough. Shane, you're down in Tampa now. You're sunning yourself.
Certainly on the beaches with the beach, shall we say? Yeah, I'm gonna give Baker a weapon. I'm gonna give the under Baker a weapon with the Texas wide receiver Adonai Mitchell.
I've got him going to Buffalo. He's so much like Stephon Diggs. It's unridiculous.
Just without the attitude.
Well, no, yeah, no, that one. So I've got Arizona. No, they went for Marvin Harris Jr. Now it's time to look after their quarterback. And I'm going to send them the Washington tackle, Troy Fatanu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Just to give him some extra protection because he's already had one knee injury. Yes, that was him scrambling. But, yeah, I think this guy is a great tackle and they need all the help they can get in that one. Baby Hope, you are in Buffalo, my friend.
So Buffalo need to go wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think we all know that. I'm going to give them the fastest wide receiver in this draft in Xavier Worthy from Texas.
Okay.
I love that. I think I'll find him because he's a bit lower in the draft than everyone.
Yeah, I got him too.
Xavier Worthy from Texas, a great wide receiver. He's going to stretch that field for them so much. You are on the clock with Detroit, Phil.
I don't think he's been taken yet. Jaden Hicks from Washington State.
Yeah, what position is he? I can't remember what position.
So he's a safety.
DB. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I've crashed it.
There
we go.
Washington State, Jaden Hicks. Yeah, I couldn't remember if they had him class. Couldn't remember if they had class as a defensive back or safety. So Shane Harris, you are
yay!
You are actually in Baltimore.
I'm in my beloved Baltimore. I'm taking Eric DaCosta's seat. Oh my God, what a man! Well, as I've been saying on the Ravens message boards, chat rooms, whatever, whoever wanted to hear my voice and see my tweeting fingers this week, we do not want to take a wide receiver. We need to address that offensive line. Oh my God. Yeah. So I'm going to take Graham Barton.
Duke tackle.
Graham Barton. Yeah. That's not the son of
Mike Barton. Go on, take your time.
Now, I know you guys are going to be loving this one. You guys need a corner. You are going to be taking someone who run a 40 and 4.4 with a broken foot. I'm taking Kool-Aid McKinster. The Alabama. McKinstry.
Do you know what? I've
McKinstry.
actually got the 49ers taking an edge rusher. I'm not joking.
I know you need a corner. I've said since so long. So, Baby Hope, with the last pick of the first round, you're in Kansas. Who are they taking in the first round?
I think they're going to address their wide receiver issue with the Rashee Rice current situation up in the air. They don't know whether he's going to be available or not. So I think they're going to take the Georgia wide receiver, Lad McConkey.
Very
probably the best slot route runner in this draft by absolute.
I have a question. Who names their child Lad? Unless you're a Scouser and his middle name is Lad. Soft Lad.
Yeah.
You know.
Calm down.
What's going on
I'm just gonna quickly run through the comments we had during that.
Yep.
We had comments?
K-Code saying the actual draft will be here by the time Perrins finishes.
Do either give you some shit, Phil.
Why is he giving me a load of crap for?
Nick said, wear the countdown clock music when you need it. It just really ramps up the pressure. Then we had, he's going to pick Jungle Boy, Jack Perry for clarity. Daniel Correa came up saying, Rams are trading up. Odds are 400 for the wide receiver.
Ooh.
Rams not going defense. Keiko came up saying countdown theme. Manuel Correa saying the Rams moving into the top 10. British Raven said Graham Barton would be great, but damn, I'd take Kool-Aid.
Yes,
and
Nick.
Keiko said Mrs. McKinstry was off recess, wasn't she?
Oh, you would know that because you probably know what your Netflix, right?
I love that. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for you guys for joining in. The draft will be in about, what time is it now? 3.5 hours, 1 o'clock UK time. It kicks off. We have got our mocks. We will put them out on our socials like in a bit so you guys can ridicule them. We'll also put our one that we've done out tonight as well. So again, you guys can ridicule them. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very, very much for watching. Mr. Perrins, Mr. Harris, what do you want to say?
You know exactly what I want to say, but I don't particularly want to say it now because I don't think there's enough time.
Say it.
Well, we didn't do our draft cap giveaway this week.
I know, but we need to get the bloody when the spinning wheel.
We can just tweet the winner later.
Well, saying that, we've got next week's show. It's we can probably squeeze it into next week's show. Do apologize, guys, for that. If you were tuning in for that, our apologies. As you can see, it's been a packed show.
It has been and done. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. We will be back on your screen Thursday, 8:30 to recap this weekend's action in the draft. We'll be on your ears tomorrow morning, 8:30, Friday. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, good night and stay safe.
Happy draft day.